Hey folks, how y'all doing? Been a minute, but kind of a busy man, so just been busy. I have a question. I don't know how many of you see, witness, hear of all the corruption that takes place on a daily, mind you, in police departments all across America. Now, I know this is a touchy subject. There's a lot of people who support police, and I got to throw out a disclaimer here, an asterisk, whatever you want to call it. I do not think, never have, and never will think that all cops are bad or dirty. With that being said, if you are a good cop, or consider yourself a good cop, yet you stand by and watch a dirty cop do dirty things without doing anything about it, you might want to check the mirror and ask yourself, are you really a good cop? Because a good cop will stand up for wrongdoing no matter who's doing it. So with that being said, I want to get that out of the way. That's not the point of my video here. Today's video is about police versus military. Respect owed, respect due, and why they are both given or even deserve the respect they get. Do police deserve the same level of respect that today's military or any veteran deserves? Yes, no, maybe. I don't believe so. Both military and police take an oath to the Constitution. There is a big difference. And you can probably ask any cop how much they know about the Constitution. Ask any cop what the Constitution says, Bill of Rights, what their oath means. The big difference between cops and military is the military swears an oath to the Constitution. They know what the Constitution says, they know what it means and stands for, and they will defend that Constitution and the people that that Constitution represents with up to their lives. And many have. Many still do. Many will. The cops, police, they take that oath, but they don't get any training on it. They don't even realize what the First Amendment is, what the Fourth Amendment is. Oh, sure, they say the Fifth Amendment when they read your Miranda rights, but they'll say, you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand these rights? And when you say yes, and they say, well, now I'm going to ask you questions, you say, no, I invoke my right, and they still want to ask you questions. Or they just take you right to jail because you don't want to incriminate yourself like the Fifth Amendment guarantees. So they'll just throw cuffs on you, throw you in jail, all because you don't want to speak to them. And you don't have to, legally. All right, with that little rant out. Do cops deserve the same level of respect as veterans or active duty military? No. Plain and simple, no. Cops have a job. They're supposed to be to protect and defend the Constitution and the public, the people. But in reality, cops are the state. They are the government. And they uphold the laws of the government. They are law enforcement. They are code enforcers. That's their job. Their job is to find violations, write you up, or take you to jail, and, well, take money from you. That's their job. Their job is for the state. That's why when you go to court, it's the state against you, not the cop's name. And they run around scared. Here you are, men and women who have a bulletproof vest, they have a taser, a baton, a whistle, and a gun, a loaded weapon. And they run around scared for their lives. Now you have your everyday military member who actually goes into active war zones, and cops will say, well, we don't know our enemy. Our enemy could be anybody in a car we pull over. Well, I'm a 20-year military man, and I'm going to tell you right now, we don't know our enemy. Because we go into hostile environments, live there for months on end, with them all around us. We don't know our enemy. Because they look just like our allies. Speak and sound just like our allies. But see, the veteran, the military person, they will go and do that, and they will try to befriend and protect the innocence of wherever they're at. They're not there to protect the danger, the innocence of where they're at. Police protect themselves. They protect the state and the government, mainly the thin blue line. They will do anything and everything to protect themselves. And this is proven daily with the interactions of people. If cops make a mistake, instead of just manning up, saying, I'm sorry, I messed up, have a nice day, carry on, be safe. No, they will actually do everything in their power to cover up the mistake. All the way up to arresting you, throwing tons of different charges against you, and lying to you on paper, which is perjury. Now, cops, one of the only jobs in the world where it's actually legal for them to lie to you, vocally and verbally. But when it's put down on paper, it becomes a record. That is now perjury. They do this all the time, every day. I guarantee it's taking place right now. But, hey, protect your cops. Back up your cops. Support your local law enforcement. Why? What is it? Back the blue until it happens to you? These people only care about themselves. Whenever they go out and do something, the same things we get arrested for or get violations for, they will go out and do and get away with every day. All the way up to and including murder. And they get away with it. Walk away scot-free. Most of them with a taxpayer-funded retirement. And you can easily find this out on your own. It happens daily. Where bad cops make a mistake, cover it up, their chain of command covers them, then they just retire to avoid consequences and get a pension for life. A very good one, mind you. And get away with whatever they got away with. Very rarely do they actually be held accountable for their actions, and they know this. But hey, let's support them, guys. Let's support them. They will not support you. Cops run off ego and caffeine, and in many cases steroids. And whatever they come up with in their head, that's the story. You'll never change a cop's mind, ever. Ever. Whenever they come up with something, that's the story, that's it. And it'll take a judge or a prosecutor or a post-decertification to change their mind. No, they do not deserve the level of respect our military men and women earn on a daily basis. They earn. Cops go home to their families every night, in most cases. Majority, 99% of them, go home to their families every night. Military members spend months on end away from their loved ones, missing birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, births, deaths. They miss it all. And they do it with a smile on their face because they're taking care of and protecting everything that's back home that they love. And they do it voluntarily. And they do it with a full heart. I know, I've been there. And I know many, many men and women who have been there and who still are there today. Cops are after one thing: power, authority, and a paycheck. That's it. They want you to listen to them, their ego, their story. And if you don't listen, and if you don't act fast enough, you'll find yourself on the ground, maybe tased, maybe shot, I don't know. It's a coin flip. Every situation only gets worse when you add a cop. Plain and simple. Everyone. They escalate, they lie, they feed their egos, and there's nothing you can do about it to hold them accountable. I'd like to know what people's opinions are. I'd like to hear from some cops. I mean, I already know them, I hear from them, unless you actually have an honest one out there, which I do have a good cop friend, and I'd like to say he's one of the good ones. I'd really like to. And I will, up until proven differently, until I hear of or see something. I know some things he's done that show me he's a good man and got a good heart, and he's honest. And until he proves differently, I'll back him. But there are very few on the force that actually deserve any respect. And the ones that do normally get fired because of all the bad ones. And I'm going, the percentage is 99% bad to 1% good in the police world. That's hands down across the board. Don't care who they are. Military, those numbers, they flip. I'll go 97% good, 3% bad. Because you got bad apples everywhere. But the military is a whole different world. And they do support and defend the Constitution. And they actually understand it. They know what it says. They know what it means. That is what they are fighting for. Those rights of everybody else. The cops, they're fighting for themselves and their blue line brotherhood. That's it. They don't care about me and you folks. Not at all. If they did, they wouldn't be pulling you over for that little BS traffic violation so they can search your car or search your pockets because that's their real motive. No, they wouldn't be doing that. They wouldn't be lying to other officers because, oh, they made a mistake. No, they'd be manning up, taking responsibility, taking accountability, and saying, I was wrong. And you know what? If you ever find one that does that, make sure you let it be known to others. You show that person. You show that that's a good cop. I'm all about showing the good with the bad. And if I ever see the good, I will promote it. Because I like to be a positive person. I really do. And ask anybody who knows me. I'm that silver lining guy. In every situation, there is a silver lining, no matter how bad. And I think God does that on purpose to give us something to focus on, no matter how dark things get. But I want to hear some opinions. I'd love to hear some opinions. You're hearing mine, and straight from the heart. I've got some pretty bad interactions with police, and I'm not one of those guys who gets attitude anymore. Used to when I was younger. Not anymore. I'm respectful. As soon as I get pulled over, vehicle's turned off, windows are rolled down, hands are on the wheel, 10 and 2. I got my paperwork. Well, now I don't even move until they come up, and I will let them know what I'm doing. I am respectful. Because I'm going to give you respect, but if you don't give it back to me, you're flipping a switch you don't want. And I don't care if I go to jail. Because if you put me in jail unlawfully, it's your ass. And I'm one of those people, I will personally make a vendetta to remove you from that workforce. A vendetta. And that's what I think the American people should do. But that's not what this video is about. I really want to know what people's opinions are. Do you think cops, and why? Why do you think cops deserve respect like the military does? Military and veterans earn it every day. Cops do not. And please, try to change my mind. And if you got a good, valid point, oh man, I will bring it up. I will make it be known. And if you can change my mind, great. Good luck. But let's see what you got. I've just seen, heard of, and witnessed way too many negative interactions with cops, which blows my mind this day and age. With the massive amounts of lawsuits, all the auditors out there trying to keep them straight. These are people out there trying to help. Yet these cops hem them up constantly. And many of them, form groups against these people. People out there doing what is legally allowed. And these cops will continually throw them in jail. Because, they don't like it. Oh, you want to piss off a cop? Pull out your video camera. And start recording them. You know what they'll tell you? I'm recording. I don't care, because guess what? Their recordings get lost, they get redacted, they get muted, they get deleted. Record your interactions, folks. CYA. And until all this stuff changes, you're going to have a hard time changing my mind about cops having any respect. Respect is earned, it's not given. And a badge does not give you respect. I'm a 20-year veteran. You think a cop respects that? Guarantee they don't. Nope. Not if they think I'm the bad guy. Or you, or anybody else. And it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter what sex you are. Because they'll slam a woman to the ground just as fast as they'll slam a man. It doesn't matter. But I'd like to hear some opinions. What are your opinions? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why? Come on, help me out. Love to hear from y'all. Hope you guys enjoy this. Let's, I don't know, let's get a little conversation going. Have a great day. God bless.